Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new video. How good is my audio? I know. So basically, like, this isn't my microphone. I'm borrowing it from well, I was just meant to be trying it out to see if I like it, but I was like, why do I have it in my hands? Let me just like film a video with it because I'm gonna buy one anyways. I just wanted to test it out before I buy one. And I still have it with me. I need to go drop it off with my sister again, but yeah, I decided that let me just use it while I have it. But anyways, guys, if you don't know who I am, if you've not yet subscribed, my name is Sayla. You should subscribe, and yeah, just do what you gotta do. Today we're gonna be talking about makeup brushes. So I get asked on the regular, what makeup brushes do I use? What do I recommend? What brand? All of this. So I'm gonna share with you guys what I use, and then I'm just going to be giving you guys like a starter kit type of vibe. So like what type of brushes you will need as a beginner. So I'm not gonna be giving you like all the little detail eyeshadow brushes that I would use for like a more in-depth look. I hope you guys enjoy watching, and without any further ado, let's jump straight in to this video. There are a few different places where you can buy brushes. I have always been someone, like, I'm very adventurous. Like, I'll go buy a set, and if it's shit, it's shit. But if it's nice, then I'll like let everyone know about it. So I've bought brushes off Take-A-Lot. I've bought brushes from Disc Game. I've bought brushes from Clicks. I've bought brushes pretty much everywhere. I mean, I haven't really done the whole like eBay or like AliExpress vibes. Like, I haven't done that. But recently I went and bought a brush set from the Beauty Co. ZA. I really love this set. It's honestly so good. So I'm going to share with you guys the set that I use, and then I'll link it down below if you guys want to buy it. It is a more expensive set, but it's got everything you will ever need inside of it. So this is the brush set. These are obviously my own glass jars that I got somewhere along the line, I don't even know where. But it's got 13 face brushes and 17 eye brushes. And I think the set retails for about 1,400 or 1,300, I'm not sure. It'll be linked down below, you guys can just go check it out. And I feel like this set has everything you need in it. Like, quite honestly, I don't think if you had to buy this set you would ever need anything else. But I'm just going to quickly show you a close-up of the brushes. So I'm going to start by showing you obviously the blending brushes, and then I'll show you the more concealer brushes, and then I'll do the same with the face. So as you can see, here are 9 of the blending brushes. Wow, there's so many, I can't even keep them all in my hand. But here are 9 of the blending brushes. They are really, really good. You got a good variety in terms of a very wide area where you'd like to blend, and then obviously this brush for a very small area of blending and also just packing on eyeshadows. But yeah, I definitely think that this set is a great variety in terms of blending out eyeshadows, and it lasts. I haven't had it for long yet, but I can see that these are really good quality. I did wash them already and nothing really shed out of them. They just washed beautifully. I'm not sure if they stain because obviously they are white eyeshadow heads. I haven't used them with color yet, but obviously if it stains, it's fine. It's just staining. It's not going to actually ruin the brush. But this is what they look like. This is a close-up, and honestly I would recommend these brushes. Then I'm just going to show you the others. So these are the more concealer brushes, eyebrow brushes, and just like these kind of eyeshadow situations. There are just too many in my hand right now. So we've got one for eyeliner, another one for eyeliner for very fine detail, an eyebrow brush, under the eyes, inner corner, concealer. I would carve my eyebrows out with this one, and then I would use this for concealer. So yeah, and then eyeliner, I don't think, this is more like a lip brush from what I was taught when I did my makeup course, but I personally would never use this, quite honestly. It's pretty useless to me. That is these brushes, and honestly it's so worth the price because you're getting such quality brushes for only 1,300 or 1,400. I'm not sure on the exact price, but it's around those two figures. And it's quality, honestly. Then this is the face brushes. Okay, I have used them. They are dirty. Some of them aren't used. So all of these brushes can get used for foundation. So these are for more of a natural. These are the stippling brushes. I do find that this big one lets off like these little fine hairs everywhere, but I'm not really a big fan of these type of brushes anyways, so I probably won't use it much. I did use it just to disperse powder on my face, which it worked really well for, so I'll probably just keep using it for that. And then here is the smaller version of it. I have used these. I do like this for under eye concealer because it blends it out very like evenly. But other than that, like I've never really been a fan of these type of like brushes for foundation. I guess it's more for a sheer type of finish, but I've just never really been a sheer foundation finish type of girl. And then we've got a perfect cream contouring brush. I love this for cream contouring. It's perfect. Honestly, I love it so much. I'm gonna say honestly quite a few times, so get used to it. And then this is a foundation brush. It's just a round dome dense foundation brush. As you can see, I've used it, and I've used this one the most because I do like the rounded edges the most for under the eye, and I just really like this brush. So good foundation brush. And then there's the mini version for concealer underneath the eyes. This is also really great for the concealer, and also just for like small areas where you can't reach, so perfect on your eyeshadow like base. It will work. Then we have an angled blending brush. This would also be good for underneath your eyes or blending out a contour. You can kind of decide what you want to use it for. So then we have another dense foundation brush, but this is the flat top one. I also really like this. I just haven't used it yet because I first grabbed the round one because that's what I'm used to using, but I'm pretty sure this would work even better or exactly the same. It's also got a wider head, so it will blend out a lot quicker. But yeah, these will be good for contour under the eyes, and then this would just be good for your whole entire face. Then we have a really big powder brush. So I haven't used this yet, but if I had to use it, I would use it for powder and bronzer and just like warm up my face, and then also just put powder all over my face where I need it. And then we've got an angled blending brush. So you can use this for blush, you can use this for bronzer, and it's just kind of an all-rounder brush. So it's also a very good option to always have in your makeup brush selection. I have been using this tapered brush for my bronzer because I do like a more defined bronzer most times, but if I want a more dispersed one, then I will go for the denser brush. Okay, then we have, this is like a flat top of fluffy brush. So this would be good for underneath eyes for powder. It would work really well. But I don't know, I'm not really a powder type of girl, and if I do put powder on, I use my beauty blender. But this brush would work really well for setting underneath eyes because it fits in really perfectly over there. Then we have my favorite brush, my highlighter brush. This is, honestly, I've always wanted a highlighter brush like this, and it's the first time I've actually ever owned one. So I'm very happy that I do have one of these now. So yeah, I really love this brush, and I can really recommend a brush like this for highlighter. It just makes it so pigmented and it blends it out so beautifully. Then we have another angled fluffy brush. So as you can see, one of them has stuff on it. This one's still clean because I was using this one for my blush, and then bronzer I'm using this one. But if you watched my Catrice makeup tutorial, you would have seen that I spoke about taking a brush like this when I want to add more of a contour with powder, and this works really well because it is angled, so it fits into your hollows of your cheeks really well. So yeah, this is the brushes. As I've said, it will be down below in the description if you want to go buy one. And then the Beauty Co also has like a few other brushes that are available on their website, but I'm just going to quickly give you guys, I would say I can give you guys like 5 brushes that would be perfect for just your basic starter kit. So I'm going to quickly get all of those together, and then I'll be right back and show you guys what you definitely need just to do a basic full face. So if I had to choose the basic most easy brushes to use for a full face, it would definitely be, I would choose 4 different eyeshadow brushes. So one would be a dense blending, or not dense, but just a big fluffy brush like this. These you can get almost anywhere, these type of brushes. I know Essence sells them, Discem sells them. You can find a fluffy eyeshadow brush like this almost anywhere. And then I would recommend a more smaller but also quite a decent sized fluffy brush just to do a little bit more detail. Then I would recommend a flat concealer type of brush. So Essence also sells these. You can find them on the Essence stand, and also Discem sells like these little sets from the brand Color or Carla, however you want to say it, and they have like 3 brushes in them which are very decent. Then I would just recommend something like this for underneath your eyes, just so that you can get a nice precise line underneath your eyes without looking like a raccoon. So these would be the 4 eye brushes that I would recommend for a beginner, because you have a variety but you still have a little bit of room to play. So those are my eyeshadow recommendation brushes. Then for face, I would recommend a big fluffy bronzer brush, powder brush, just something like this, or something like this brush that I showed you. So you can find something similar to these at Dischem as well at Clicks. They do have brushes. You'll obviously just have to buy them separately, which kind of ends up being a little bit more expensive, but it's just up to you if you want to get it immediately or if you want to just wait a few days for courier. So yeah, I definitely recommend something like this. You will need a fluffy brush. Then I would recommend a flat top or a round dome dense foundation brush, or unless you are a beauty blender kind of girl, I am a more of a beauty blender kind of girl, then I would definitely recommend you get a beauty blender. Dischem and Clicks sell amazing ones. Clicks sells eco tools. I've actually got one right over here. So this is a beauty blender you can get at Clicks. It's very, very soft when you wet it, and it's very nice shape for underneath the eyes. It's a very nice beauty blender. And then Dischem sells the brand Carla, that same brand I'm talking about, and they've got it's like an orange, it looks like the Real Technique sponge, but it's like a dupe and it's only $100. So yeah, you can decide between a brush or a sponge. I like having both because some days I just decide what I'm in the mood for and then that's what I use. So yeah, foundation brush or beauty blender depends on your preference, but I would recommend getting both, because if you want to do a cream contour and foundation and you want to use a brush and a sponge, then you have both. Okay, and then I would recommend an angled brush like this. So this would be great for your bronzer if you wanted to be more precise, and then also your blush. Yeah, this is a very nice brush to have. And you could also, if you buy two of these, if you can't find a highlighter brush like this, it's also really, really good for highlighter. So these brushes that I'm like showing you now are very, very versatile. You can use them for almost anything, and yeah, it's a very good selection to have. Very versatile. But if you can find a tapered highlighting brush like this, definitely recommend this over anything else, because it's just so precise on your high points of your face. So yeah, highly recommend. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I hope this helped you guys, because this is a very, very asked question in my DMs, like, can you please do a video on like brushes? And I was actually like quite shocked that so many people don't know what brushes to use. So yeah, I hope this helped, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.